¼ an hour to cross the back over Rampart. We're going along a very historic path right now. Before this was ever called Governor Nicolas, it was called Rue de la Hospitale. Before it was ever called Rue de la Hospitale, it was called Bayou Road. This is actually, before that, it was actually a portage route and hunting trail for the Native Americans who lived in this area. The natural red one. When Bienville, the man who founded the city of New Orleans, wanted to find a suitable place for a settlement, he had befriended some of the Indian locals, the Bayou Cock Indians. He convinced a couple of those natives to show him a shortcut to the river. So what they did, he was sitting in an island outside the Gulf of Mexico, right outside of Lake Bourne. The Indians, they took them in these long canoes called pirogues, and they started to canoe into Lake Bourne. Lake Bourne leads into Lake Pontchartrain. Then they snuck their way into a bayou, a very shallow bayou called Bayou St. John. Bayou St. John ends back there about 3 miles straight back. Then they put their canoes up, they walked this natural ridgeline that we're on right now, all the way up to the end of the street where the river is. That's where Bienville stood and decided that's where the original settlement of New Orleans would be, up there at the edge of the river. This is the walk. This is the footsteps we're going right now is the same as the first European ever to be set foot in Louisiana walks right up this way. As we go over here to the left, you see the acorns up there? This is original Spanish wrought iron. And you see, look back there, see those nasty spikes? Oh. On the pole? Down on the pole, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Now, there's many different stories. People have a lot of different stories about where the spikes come from. One of the schools thought those spikes show that you own slaves. More than likely, I think they're probably put up just to keep people from breaking into your house. But the most favorite explanation for the spikes, the most colorful by far, is a lot of the French Quarter locals say those spikes were put up to ward off gentlemen callers from playing Romeo and Juliet with their daughters. They affectionately call those Romeo and Juliet spikes. And you gotta love the saying that goes with it that all the old dads say. Son, you may go up a Romeo, but you're damn sure coming down to Juliet. Yeah. Police presence up here. You're not hit. Bourbon Street again, definitely far down on the residential side of Bourbon. Yep. Anyone ever seen the movie JFK? Remember it? Kevin Costner? We're going to go by the Clay Shaw house up here. This house in the movie and in real life. It's one of the 9 properties he restored in the French Quarter, helping keep the French Quarter historic and beautiful. He did a lot of good stuff to the city of New Orleans. He owned the old World Trade Mart down at One Canal. He's more famous for being the only man ever to stand trial for the conspiracy to assassinate John F. Kennedy. Here's the Clay Shaw house right here. It used to be an old Spanish stable house. You can see in there. Get up there, yeah. Guys, this gray building up here on the corner is the most haunted building in the entire city of New Orleans. This is where the Lalories used to live, haunted by the ghosts of their slaves. They would torture and do bizarre mutilations on their slaves in this gray building. They found the bodies in an apartment in the back courtyard, actually, after the slave they actually had tied to the kitchen floor lit the house on fire. They were then discovered to have done these bizarre and horrible tortures on the slaves. The only documented case they ever have out of this, though, is that a small slave girl either was pushed or jumped from the roof of this place and landed on Royal Street. People still see her ghost on the corner at midnight. About a year ago, this was Nicolas Cage's house. He lost it to the IRS. Currently haunted by the ghost of his movie career. It's sold at auction for $4 million to Johnny Depp. It's currently being renovated right now. It's going to be his French Quarter residence in a couple of months. When he's not in Provence, France. There's that part of the Ursuline convent again. Yep. There's a good way to keep people out of your courtyard, huh? It's also an incredibly fun fence to make. Have a couple buddies come over, drink a bunch of beers, break them, cement them to the top of the fence. The reason this street used to be called Rue de la Hospital is because this building used to be a hospital run by the Ursuline nuns. We saw the convent earlier. And you got this building right here. You see with the United States flag and the Louisiana state flag with the green doors. This actually used to be an avocado warehouse. Now a private residence, 7,500 square feet inside. 6 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, with an original slave quarters and courtyard. That sold for $3.5 million to Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. 2006, that's the French Quarter home right there. The American flag right there. You guys just messed me. He was in town about a week and a half ago filming a movie in the Bywater.
Wow.